of Biafrans sit at home. Many people, many of them, we are calling for Nigeria. But you know, Nigeria is not a country. There is no way you can get such kind of unity in Nigeria and tell them to sit at home. It can never happen. That is why I say these people that call themselves activists, they know the problem, but when it comes to solution, they score zero. They can sit in their platform, they can sit in the conventional media, and they narrate how you can solve the problem within 2 minutes. But after the next week, they cannot offer anything. Practically, they can't do nothing. Theoretically, they will sit in a place and tell you how you can make Nigeria better. But apply it. No way. Even Obadiah Melafia that they murdered, Obadiah Melafia called for sit at home, say that all Christians should sit at home to show their grievances. All these calls from activists in the zoo shows you that sit at home remain the only eligible way, the only peaceful way for you to show your grievances to the zoo, and they will hear the sound, and the world will pay attention. They know. That is why you see them, all their energy is on sit at home. They blackmail sit at home, including taking life of the innocent people, just to see that they demonize it. They paid media houses, they paid content creators, every one of them. Up to this moment, ask them, what has sit at home got to do with them? Even those who are not Biafrans, you think they care about you? When you see somebody from Yoruba land telling you about sit at home, concern, you didn't think he care about you, and now someone talking about a Fulani man talking about sit at home, you think he care about you? He doesn't care about you. But they know the implication of that very civil disobedience. They know that the world is watching. They know that that is a self-referendum, and we have been able to conduct a self-referendum now for more than 4 years and still going. And somebody will tell you, it doesn't make sense. They will come and some of them will kind of tell you, do you know how many billion they are losing? Imagine a Nigerian politician telling you how much the country is losing a day. Imagine a Nigerian politician coming to tell you, you know how much you lose. And ask that idiot, the ones he have gained, what do you do with it? When the sit at home was not there, the money they were getting, where did they apply it? And if we calculate by the amount they say they are losing every Monday, if we calculate by that amount, now you can imagine the amount they get from Monday till Monday. Then what are they doing with the money? I'm not talking about the allocation now. The tax they generate, the inner tax they generate from the state. The state VAT they generate. They will be calling billions. They are losing each state. Then calculate within yourself, if such billions is being raised in every state, what are they doing with the money? What are they doing with the money? Underdevelopment is everywhere. There is no light, there is no road, there is no water, there is no job, there is nothing is working, nothing, absolutely nothing. The only thing they are good in buying SUV. If you see their convoy, SUV, they block road and cause hold up. That's all they do. Go to developed countries. You will see a governor going, you will not know that is a governor. A governor will enter the same bar with you and eat. A governor will be on the same lane with you in queue. Buy things that you buy. You buy in the same shop. But in the zoo, ordinary commissioner, when a commissioner wants to come into a shop, the convoy alone will cause traffic. The security details will drive everybody from the shop. When his shop finishes, before the other person come and shop. This is a country we want to be part of. This is a country some of us want to be part of. But the Biafrans, we know that they are not serious and we cannot be part of them. But the great annoyance is that very annoyance Mazen Nandekano, the anger he was speaking on that video that I just played. When you listen to Mazen Nandekano, he was lamenting because our own people are making themselves available for this evil. Because when the DSS orchestrate all this, their flag of operations to demonize the struggle. They use Biafrans. They use Biafrans through the politicians, creating cult group everywhere. Most of the security outfit they are creating, they are cult groups, members of the cult. And they will be the one to provide hard substance for them to take. I saw a video where a member of what do they call this Akodo or Udogachi in Anambra State, a security outfit was soaked in hard drugs. You will see him rolling on the ground after taking substance. Because of the substance he has smoked, he was rolling on the ground. A security person, they were pouring him water. He fell into the gutter. He fell into gutter, and they have to pick him up. And people were surrounding everywhere watching. This is somebody who they gave arm to go and begin to guide people. Go and look at what is happening in Anambra State. When you heard the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there, you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu specifically was talking about what was happening in Anambra State then. After the creation of ESN, this Anambra madness did not start today. Sponsored by the politicians. It didn't start today. They went and robbed a bank with Biafran flag. The same thing they are still doing today to blackmail what we are doing. The same thing they did when Mazi Samanepa was here. Everything they target is Mazi Samanepa. Every Monday, they will take innocent lives just to see something to say against Mazi Samanepa. Just to see something how to push against the seat at home. But they failed woefully. And up to this moment, Biafrans continue to air their opinion, continue to stand their ground. You see now that they are tired. How many times have you seen people lost their life on Mondays? How many times have you seen people, places being burnt at the day? How many times have you seen it? The only time you see that is whenever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court. If the court of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is drawing close, you see any seat at home before then, you will see chaos. You will see trouble. You will see chaos. The DSS will activate something. They come and add. They will say, "Oh, those people are still sitting down and they are destroying things," just to see how to attack our superior. But you heard our superior here, how he was angry towards those who are involved in criminality, and he made it clear that no Biafran, any part of Biafra land, no court group is allowed in Biafra land. No court group. It doesn't matter who you are. That you must not use Biafran flag for anything evil, not even for jokes. But today, go and check platforms where you see Biafra platforms with that name and flag. Listen to them, what they are saying. Some of them, after speaking, you'll be wondering, where is this one coming from? They speak lies from the pit of hell. No single truth in their mouth. You will not hear any single truth. Lie, blackmail, propaganda, that is what you hear. These are people that give the title of their platform is Biafra. And here we are, seeking for recognition. How on earth do you think anybody will recognize you with such attitude? How on earth? You heard Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say it. That they are doing these things to blackmail us, so that when the world look at us, they will say, "Oh, how can they deal with this kind of people?" When the world look at us, they begin to see us as people who are irresponsible. They begin to see us as criminals. How are you representing Biafra in your little platform? In that platform where you are speaking, in that small place where you are working, where you are living, in your apartment, in that country where you are, how are you representing the United States of Biafra? How? How are you representing Biafra? In that state where you are abroad, in that country where you are, in that country, when people see you, can they say, if not because of this guy, I will not respect any of them. But because of this man, so long this man is part of them, I will respect them. Can somebody look at you and say, because of you, I will support Biafra? Can somebody look at you and say, because of you as a person, that he or she will support Biafra? If nobody can support Biafra because of you, You have to have a rethink. If nobody can hit his or her chest and support Biafra because of you, you must have a rethink. You ask yourself a question. Something is wrong somewhere. Something is definitely wrong somewhere. We are in a very critical time. A very, very critical time. And up to now, you see some people acting in a manner that I can't understand. You heard Mazen Nane say it in that speech that if you want to engage outsiders, engage our enemy. We need people to engage the enemies. But what we do today, we see our military on the ground today. Our military on the ground, their focus today is against their brothers. Their focus today is against their brothers. Instead of them getting busy, when the Biafrans see what you are doing, nobody is going to tell them before they support you. You don't have to beg for support. You don't beg for support. You don't beg for respect. You earn it. You earn it. You earn it. You don't beg for support. You earn it. You have to earn it. Look at the time of Master Samuel. Master Samuel did not beg for any support. Even with all those attacks, all he was doing he was busy doing something to show something. But today, nobody is busy showing anything. All we are busy is trying to make ourselves visible. We're only trying to make our people put ourselves on a high ground. We are only busy acquiring title. We are only busy claiming to be Alpha and Omega. But during the time Master Samuel, he was busy winning the heart of Biafra through his work. You can imagine when Master Samuel was here. This is the same army that anytime he posts them, everything. When you come for fundraising, you don't need to beg people because you will see the work of the military. Whenever Master Samuel release their video, you will see actions. When they release their video, you will see things. When you see their video in action, nobody have to tell you. They were winning the respect of Biafrans every single day. Every single day. Our Liberation Army did not have to beg anybody. Biafran Liberation did not have to beg anybody to support them or beg anybody to accept them or beg anybody. No, by their work, when you look at what they are doing, each time they don't come to media to advertise. They don't come in media to talk. They don't have that time. Why is it that this time they are now taking the position of the media, leaving the actions that is meant for them? Leaving the action that is meant for them. What is the sense of coming to media to talk? What are you trying to prove? You have done the job when you did the job. Everybody trusts you without you opening your mouth to talk. What Master Samuel was doing there was just to show the work you did. That is what Master Samuel was not busy praising. He wasn't praising anybody. All he does is to show your work. And once you show your work, the whole people will fall behind you. You don't need to beg anybody to come and donate, come and follow you, come and respect. No. This Liberation Army earned their respect then from Master Samuel. They earned it from Biafran people. Every week you will see Master Samuel will release a video of what they have done, of their presence, their preparations, their movements. But today, how many times have you seen any video from them that has to do with the achievements? When was the last time you saw the army of Biafra release a video of achievement? When was the last time? When was the last time you saw a video of achievement? Even on our Heroes Day, we didn't see any video on our Heroes Day. Very, very painful. Very, very painful. Does it mean that we have disappeared? Does it mean that Ndakodo and Udogachi have captured all our men? Does it mean that all the men who were there marching all this while have disappeared? And some of us are now asking ourselves questions. Why is it that we did not see their video on that day of heroes, their fellow comrade that died, a day that their comrade died? I was expecting them to release their own video. I don't care where you belong or who you obey or who you don't obey. I don't want to know who you respect or who you don't respect. Why didn't you respect the United States of Biafra that day? The Biafra that you say you're fighting, why didn't you respect the Biafra you're fighting for that day and participate in that hero day? Show us your work. Out of anger, out of greed. So you don't want to show it, so they will say that you did it for this person. You don't want to do it, so they say, and at the end of the day, you end up destroying your own personality and present. Biafrans are watching. Biafrans are watching. In the process of making sure that somebody does not take glory on what you're doing, you are equally destroying yourself, because Biafrans don't care about who takes the glory. What we want is result. Result is what the Biafran people are after. They don't care who takes the glory or who does not take the glory. What the Biafran care about is result. Result. It was because of result that Mazi Samaraba survived. You can imagine IPOB with all their forces, with more than 400,000 Irats everywhere. With Irats everywhere, with a huge platform, with about how many, 3 or 4 radio. 3 or 4 radio in media platforms that have thousands of followers. But yet, Mazi Samaraba stood up, and so many of us joined him, and we were able to overcome. It was not because we are too smart. It was not because we are too strong. It's not because we are too intelligent. It was because we are bringing results. Biafrans, we are seeing results. It's not just making noise. Why the DOS was busy that time, commanding and controlling. All they want is command and control. Oh, do this, you must do this. Do that, you must do that. They were busy in holding on to that command and control. Meanwhile, somebody was somewhere bringing results. How do you forget that strategy so soon? What the Biafran people want result. From everybody, let there be result. Bring result. That is what we want. We don't care who takes glory or who does not take glory. If you end up destroying your own job simply because you don't want to do it so that they will say it's this person that did it, and you end up leaving the whole thing to damage. You allow the terrorists to take over our land. You think Biafrans will be happy? You think Biafrans will be happy? But when Biafrans see results from you, you bring out a video, not a video of blackmail or propaganda. You bring out a video. It is about your achievement. It is about the battle you are engaging. It is about the success you have made. You don't come to media to come and make a video or to talk about somebody or to refute it. You don't refute anything. You don't have to refute anything. There's nothing to prove to anybody. You don't need to beg for money when you are fighting for the Biafran freedom. Once you are providing results, Biafrans will fund you. Whoever you are, Biafrans will fund you. Why are you not producing results? Why did we allow ourselves to be drawn back to this extent? Why did they allow ourselves to be drawn back to this extent? Wherever you are as a Biafran, it is high time we go back to seeking result. Only result can make us to get to this very path that we're looking for. If you can provide result, Biafrans will gather around you. That's absolutely. You don't need to beg. You don't need to beg for support or beg for recognition or beg. No, you don't need to. You don't need to produce results. You have done it before, and you can equally do it now. Why the distraction? Why the distraction? Every department have their own responsibility. Whether you are in Biafran military, whether you are in the government, or whether you are in any other section you are, what we want is result. Get busy with that area you have chosen to work for Biafran people. Get busy. Get busy with whichever area you want to work for them. Get busy. Once Biafrans see your job, they will support you. They will. Our enemies are busy re-strategizing, bringing new strategies every day. We see them employing new strategies. We see them trying to change narratives. We see them putting on so many things in place. And so many of us are idle, watching. So many of us are busy listening to propaganda and blackmail that doesn't hold water. So many of us allow ourselves to be used and abused against our people. How long shall we continue on this path of madness? Today is Sunday. It's Monday, not Sunday, sorry. Today is Monday, sit at home. And you can see that the Biafran people, on their own part, they are doing their part. The ordinary Biafrans, they are doing their part by sitting at home. What about you? You that have signed up to defend them. How are you playing your own role? How are you doing your own part? You that sign up that you are going to defend the land. The people on their own side have chosen the civil disobedience. And they have held on to civil disobedience now for more than 4 years and stay counting, going. You now that on your own part now, you are in defense, you are in administration. What are you doing? How are you doing your own part? How are you carrying out your own duty? How are you carrying out your own duty? Is your presence bringing people into Biafra or driving people away? Is your presence winning recognition or taking away the little recognition that we have? Your actions today, is it favorable to Biafrans or destroying everything Biafran stands for? Ask yourself these questions. And when you ask yourself these questions, you can be able to know what to say, what to do. The atrocities in Nigeria is not stopping. The attack against the citizens by the terrorists in Nigeria is not a child's play. Some of you are seeing that as a child's play. When you are hearing the way the jihadists are going after the Christians in Nigeria, it is not a joke. And the world is silent. They don't want to talk about it. If you're not scared, it means you're not human. If you're not concerned, it means you're not human. More especially, you are a Biafran, you're not concerned. Each time when you hear about this attack against Christians, do you think they can succeed without taking over Biafra land? They cannot succeed. That is why they are focusing in Biafra land, using their military in uniform to take over that land. And some of you think it's a joke. Some of you think it's a joke. The world are busy changing narrative. Instead of speaking about what is happening, they continue to change narrative and say different things altogether. The jihadists keep slaughtering Christians in Nigeria, and the world is silent. Look at this one. A Norwegian government funds the jihadists' housing, and the media blames the ordeal on climate change, when the reality is Islam. Jihadists are slaughtering in Syria, in Africa, but all Western politicians talk about is Gaza. Exactly. Exactly. Nobody is going to come to your aid. Nobody will come to your aid, more especially you are a Christian. Nobody will come to your aid if you don't protect yourself. You are on your own. If you do not protect yourself, you are on your own. That is why we are shouting, we are crying, we are wailing, because we are on our own. We are on our own. Nobody, no part of the world is ready to help. You know, initially, some of us was hoping that when Trump will come, that something is going to happen. Now, Trump is almost ending his tenure. Trump is fast running his tenure. And you can see his hands are filled up. He can't even be able to finish the problem he has against his country, let alone talking about someone else. Now you understand that we are on our own. We are on our own. Nobody's going to fight this battle for us. We have to fight it. We have to fight it. There's this piece that David Masanga wrote. He said, I have told you before, Africans must strengthen our own court in Arusha instead of putting their faith in the ICC. To look at the ICC as a savior is political suicide. Why should an African wish to send another African to the ICC when the American and Russians, the so-called superpowers themselves, despise it? Who bewitched some Africans this Malcobeta? Eh? Nobody's going to help you anywhere. Nobody is going to help you anywhere. Nobody. We are on our own and we had to fight a battle. Even that's why I don't even talk about this issue, Africa issue, a lot. When they talk about this African unification, I am not even interested in that. I'm interested on saving my own people first. Save your own region. Let every people save themselves. Later on, we can begin to unite. When they're talking about African unity, they're talking about African unity. Look at South Africa. South Africa today, they are still busy chasing foreigners away from their country. I saw one where they were going from hospital to hospital, telling people in the hospital to leave. If you are not a South African, you should leave. That their hospital is for state. If you are not a South African, you should go to private hospital. Driving people who are already on their bed to take treatment in South Africa. So how can you see such a thing happen that you begin to talk about Africa? Talk about your own region. Let each and every person save themselves. When we save ourselves and redraw the map, if we want to unite, then and only then we can begin to talk about unification. You begin to unite. After every region have built themselves, then we'll write a constitution under which we're going to unite. And everybody will obey it and work for us. You cannot be uniting based on these boundaries drawn by the colonial masters. You cannot be talking about the unification of Africa while you still have their boundaries everywhere. You still have boundaries everywhere. How is it going to work? We must not allow the evil of the Janjaweed to work. And we must not allow them to use us. More especially we, the Biafrans. We must rise up. Your brother is not the enemy. Mazin Nanekano said in his broadcast, Onye buru nwanne ya buru odogwu. Icho igbu mmadụ, icho hana na ike adịgwo ga ichoro igbu mmadụ. Jee yọ ndị iro anyị jee gbuo. Jee chọọ ndị Janjaweed jee gbuo. Chọọ ndị Janjaweed. Chọọ ndị ilo anyị ha na ebe ahụ. Chọọ ndị Fulani. Fulani terrorists ha na everywhere. Ị na-achọ onye etigbu jee tigbuo fa. Ọbụrụ nwanne gị. Onye buru nwanne ya buru odogwu. But this is what we see every day. It is sad, but we must continue. Let us listen to this message of Mazi Nandekano once again before we proceed.
From tonight, no more cultism. We cannot suffer and remove roadblocks to make life easier for our people, only to end up creating a haven for idiots and fools to be harassing our own people that we are defending. Fulani will harass your people and torment them. You do nothing. When Fulani Janjaweed are gone, you idiots will now come out to torment your own people who have already been tormented by the Fulani. And you think I will tolerate that sort of rubbish? It can never happen. Let what happened in Namibia today be beautiful. And any state that this happens again, DSS will be in trouble in that state. DSS, I'm telling you now, anywhere you organize the type of rubbish you did today in Anambra State, you will be in trouble. No more cultism. All the politicians using some of our children, our boys, whom they place on drugs. We know the drugs they're using. Methamphetamine drugs. So they can convert them, they can become dependent on drugs, and they now use them as political thugs. Your days too are numbered. For allowing yourselves to be used by the Fulani to instigate trouble in our land as you did today, you will not be spared. I want to make it very clear tonight, that whatever happened today in Anambra will never happen again. I assure you, it can't happen. Because we are going to find those responsible and they're all going to be dealt with. You know, you people are very funny sometimes. You want to try people's resolve. Sometimes you want to try to see what you can do. You are like doctors. You keep pressing to see where he's spending us, isn't it? All of you are in one almighty mess, I assure you. You are all going to be found. You will be caught, one after the other. All of you criminals attacking banks and businesses. I don't understand that type of nonsense. So, none of you feel any shame. When Fulani police and army are molesting your own people, you'll be there watching and complaining. Now Fulani police are gone, and their army, they are gone. You now want to replace them in the land of Biafra. You think that is possible? With IPO, with ESN around, you think it is possible? We came to eradicate every form of criminality. It doesn't matter who the perpetrators are. There could be Fulani, there could be some of you idiots that claim you're in cult. From tomorrow, let's find you in a cult. Useless fools everywhere. Anywhere that businesses are being attacked, you will report it. Anywhere you see anybody doing cult, report that very individual, please. So you want us to come and face you so that Fulani can take over our land? Is that what you want? When Biafra is almost at hand? A land where you can be free, meaningfully engaged in some form of useful employment or the other. You want to go about causing nuisance. Then we'll teach you how we deal with those who are so idiotic enough to want to join politicians to ruin what we are doing. You criminals today trying to tarnish the image of IPOB and ESN, you will not go free. All politicians are hereby placed on notice that anywhere we discover any cult group in Biafra land, it will be forcibly dismantled. Or should I say, forcefully dismantled. I don't want to hear that we are entering the era of Bakassi again, because I'm warning all of you tonight. In case you don't know, what the politicians want to do is to use some of these drug addicts to claim they are ESN. Anybody who has any brain will understand that we are the children of light. We don't engage in any form of criminality. We don't. We abhor it. Because once we do, the glory and mercy of Elohim will leave us. And once God withdraws his grace from us, we are finished. It took us nearly 15 years to bring the grace of God back upon the lives of our people. People are praying morning, noon, and night. We can't allow some idiots to ruin it. It can never, ever happen. I don't want to hear when your brother or your cousin is caught doing cultism. I don't want to hear this rubbish. We are in Bakassi again. Because the Janjaweed papers and some of them will write glowingly your account of what happened. Whenever you go to talk your rubbish to zoo journalists, remember to start the story from the beginning. My brother was in Anambra, shot dead 2 people, and robbed a bank. Remember to start from the beginning. We can't allow this rubbish to continue. You fools, I don't know if it is Janjaweed the Fulani that impregnated some of your mothers. I don't know why you reason as foolishly as you do. It can no longer happen. I am warning all of you tonight, especially all those criminals holding Biafran flags. But unfortunately for you, everybody knows that IPOB can never ever engage in any form of criminality. No, we don't. And I won't condone it. Never, ever, ever. Biafrans all over the world contribute the funds with which IPOB is run, and now Eastern Security Network, to secure our land. We know that banks play a very vital function in terms of generating employment by making sure that businesses are set up. We understand that very clearly. Therefore, banks, no-go area for anybody, any criminal. Businesses, you see all those people trading and doing their businesses, running their industries, no-go area. Don't go near them, or else you're finished. We are in the forest and farmlands fighting Fulani terrorists, and in the streets tormenting our people. That cannot happen. Do you want me to allow the police and the army to come back again with their stupid checkpoints, so that when they see you in Okada, if you don't pay them 1500, they kill you? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? I'm asking you. If you don't want that, then stop this nonsense. It must stop tonight. I am going to give you numbers to call. Anybody who is involved in cultism, if you know anybody who is involved in the mayhem today in Anambra State, I'm going to give you 2 numbers to call. Give us their names, send their pictures to us, and then leave the rest for us to handle. Please. Very, very on the certificate. Fulani said they own our land. Instead of you to rise up and reason properly like human beings, you are behaving like fools. You are behaving like fools. Look at Hausa people. Do you want what happened to Hausa people to happen to you? Look at Yoruba, our Yoruba brothers. They are now fighting back. Everybody, including their traditional rulers, everybody is fighting back, trying to secure a better future for the Yoruba people. Are you not reading it? So you don't know that only of Ife are of Yoruba land, Ganyada. You don't know that they are now in favor of dividing Nigeria. You don't know that? You can see how the Yoruba youths are fighting for something that they believe in. We have been fighting and dying for you. That is why the Fulanis do not have any foothold in our forests, even as they do in Yoruba land. Yet, instead of you to appreciate it and say that what is happening is to be carrying Biafran flag all over the place and looking for a bank to rob. You're doing hard man. But when the Fulanis came, nobody found you. You did nothing. Such rubbish and idiocy we cannot allow to continue. Northerners remain Nigeria's owners. Igbos and Yoruba should respect this, according to the governor of Kano State. These are the people that you want to be in one Nigeria with. This is what we are trying to save you from. But some of you, sadly, do not want to reason or understand. The governor of Kano State, the people who contribute nothing to the coffers of Nigeria, they contribute absolutely nothing. Nothing. Tell me what the Fulanis contribute. Only if you call moving cattle from place to place and taking over people's land is a viable economic undertaking. The same people who cannot run a country. Even despite how much I hate Lugard for bringing the zoo together, at least he was right about something. That those people are not serious. They can never even take care of themselves. They're very lazy. They cannot work very hard.